Hello. Hi, YouTube. I'm doing a top 10 list again. I have to do more shorts in order to do uploads. So I'm trying to work on my shorts, but also um, I have to get that upload thing going because uh, if I'm going camping and I want to do documentaries, I have to be able to do live and uploads, and I'm still working on my YouTube skills. Anyway, but this is a top 10 list because I just want to get this out for 21 and older crowd who I may meet at parties or drinking occasions, situations. I don't consider myself a beer drinker, but I do have some experience, and then I have some that I have not tried, which I made a short about. But there's plenty I haven't tried. But this is the top 10 list of the ones I could remember that I have tried and what I like. Number one being my favorite, number 10 being my least favorite. So these are the 10 that I know and remember the taste of. Okay. We'll start with number 10 and work our way up to the number one spot, which is my favorite of taste. Okay. Yes, all beers have a different taste. If you're not aware of this, maybe you're not 21 or you just have little to no experience. So I'm sharing some of my experience and my opinions. Now, my taste is maybe not your taste. So this is just my opinion. Let me preface that. My opinion, my taste. Okay, here we go. Number 10. Number 10 spot, we start with Corona. I have tasted it. The last three on my top 10 list, I call the category. I'll drink it, but I don't find it pleasant. Mm. As far as Corona, most people that like Corona drink it with lime, like the way tequila comes with salt, or some things come with lemon. I don't know. They like it with lime. I'm not a big fan of Corona, even though it is on my top 10 list because I've tried it and I can tolerate it. I just taste just it's not my taste. In the number 9 spot is Coors. How can I describe Coors if you've never had it? If it's cold, if it's cold and in a bottle, I can tolerate it. If it comes out of a can, I don't really like it. Uh, it's in the definitely an category. Number 8, Sam Adams. No, not a lot of people go for Sam Adams. When I was younger, I thought it was interesting, but now I think it's overpriced for the taste it gives. Um, it's a thicker beer. It's almost like leaning toward wanting to be like a Guinness, but it's a very fake Guinness. Uh, I mean, if you want Guinness, just go for Guinness. If you want the POW, go for the POW. But Sam Adams tries to be a POW, and it's like a wishy washy POW. So I'm not really that into it. Um, and number 7 spot is Miller. I make a lot of jokes about Miller, actually. I make a lot of jokes about Miller because Miller is one of the lower cost beers, especially if you get it in cans, like a 6 pack. Um, but if you're at the bar and you order a Miller, nobody says much about it. They're just like, oh, Miller, huh? A Miller man or a Miller gal. It's all right. I mean, it's in the number 7 spot, so obviously it's not my favorite taste, but it's definitely more tolerable to me than Corona. Uh, it's smooth. I'd say it's kind of smooth. I love beer. Whatever beer I don't like, I love it better or like it better when it's in a bottle. For some reason, glass, in my opinion, makes the beer taste so much better. A cold beer in glass. So if you don't like the taste of beer in a can, try it cold in a glass and see if you like it better. Whatever beer you're not sure about, you might like it better in glass. It tastes better, in my opinion. Um, then that's how Miller is for sure. I mean, in a can, it's like it's almost eh. But in the bottle, it's okay. It's like you can I find that I can actually enjoy it in a bottle. Um, in the number 6 spot, I put Heineken. Again, 6 spot. It's not my first choice, but it's a middle grade, middle price beer. A lot of people love it. It's very clean to me as far as alcohol goes. Cold bottle of Heineken is a very clean beer. I don't know if you understand the taste of clean, but that's how it tastes to me, clean. And to me, that's sort of mediocre because you're not getting a lot of flavor. It's just like it's a beer. Uh, number 5. Number 5 is the next spot, and I put Guinness there. Guinness is a dark beer. It's not your typical like amber yellow color, like some people make piss jokes, but this is dark. This is like a brown beer, and some people call those ales. Some people call them other things, but this is the only dark beer on my list because depending on where you're traveling. Um, when I used to do a lot of traveling, I didn't know what to order, and I would just be like, "Bud, give me a Bud. I don't know what I'm doing," you know. But Guinness is a different flavor, and it's a rich, thick, almost malty beer. It's got the pow. I mean, if you're looking, I call it's like Sour Patch Kids and candy. You know, like when you just want to pow your mouth, like you want bursting with flavor. Guinness will do that for you. It's like pow right in your mouth. I call it an interesting beer. Um, if you're, if you want flavor, it's a good one to choose. It definitely will deliver the flavor. Uh, number 4 spot, I have Budweiser. Budweiser was always, I can't think of anything, just Budweiser. People go with Bud Light, Bud or Bud Light. Honestly, I can't, this might just be me, but I really can't tell the difference between Bud and Bud Light. As long as it's in a bottle and it's cold, I'm good. Like, I don't know. I can't tell the difference. Um, Number 3 spot, I put Bush. Well, a lot of people are going to disagree with me that I think Bush is better than Bud. Where Budweiser is good, Bush is nice. This is the flavor I'm talking about. You see, I can actually tolerate a Bush from a can, and I don't usually tolerate beer from a can. But whether you hand me a Bush in a can or you hand me a Bush in a bottle, I'm good. It's like, okay, I like them both ways. And I don't say that about many beers. I mean, most of the time when it comes out of a can, I don't like it. Um, Number 2 spot is Natural Light. I had almost forgotten that I had tasted Natural Light. I hardly ever see it anymore. It's very nice, very smooth, and when it's cold, it's pleasant. And again, it's one of those beer or can type of beers. It doesn't bother me either way. It's in the number 2 spot. I know, better than Bush. It'd been so long since I even tried a Natural Light that I almost couldn't remember. I just don't see it often. I don't know. It's weird. Number 1 is number 1 spot. My favorite of all time beers that I've tried. I love Michelob. I love Michelob. I just don't feel disappointed by Michelob. I mean, I just don't. I sit at the bar, and if I can afford to get a Michelob in a bottle, definitely. Oh God, it's so good. That's my favorite beer. Now, whoever knows the tastes of these beers understands which beer flavor I I enjoy as pleasurable, and that's Michelob. I call that yummy. Michelob is yummy to me. I don't go, Ugh, when I taste a Michelob. I go, ah, that's a nice beer. That's my flavors of beer. Now, flavors in every category of different things that you can taste change. Wine is not going to be the same as beer. Fruity drinks are not going to be the same as beer. Cigarettes are not going to be the same as beer. Um, flavor is why you choose what you choose. Why do you always choose this? Why do you always do that? Well, maybe I don't have the money to gamble with a choice. Or maybe, I just don't want to deal with not being satisfied. I know that Michelob's going to do it, so I don't need to gamble right now. Mm. Well, that's my taste video. If you're into beer and you're learning about beer, maybe that'll help or inspire you to understand something.